Good morning. It's Tuesday, September 17th. We're going to take a little break away from our regular devotions, going through First Peter. We'll return tomorrow. I want to share something that's just really near and dear to my heart. For those of you that attend our church, as you well know, Prakash and his wife are here, and this is their last Sunday with us. They're going to be leaving Monday to go back to India. We support his ministry at our church, and he's going back to devastation. Here's an orphanage there, and he's going back to where it's been severely damaged. None of the bathrooms work. Many of the orphans, young children, and elderly that he takes care of are sick because they've spent weeks knee-deep in water. So they don't have much source of income to get this all back on track, and we would really like to help them. And for those of you that watch this that are not a part of our church, I'd still like to make this plea to you. I know that many of you are already supporting other ministries, your church and other ministries, and I understand that. I've done that in the past, but I've come to realize that in many of those nonprofit organizations, you're lucky if 50% of your 50 cents on the dollar get to them. They have buildings, they have staffing, they have advertising. I want you to know that if you decide to give, 100% of that money is going to go towards the ministry. And we're fortunate because Prakash that runs this orphanage, his children go to our church. James and his wife Pinky attend our church. His daughter Angel and her husband Sandeep, even though they live in San Diego, still make the drive to come to our church. So we get firsthand information on everything that goes on in this ministry that we support. This is not to put a guilt trip on you. This is just to share with you why we do this. There's a passage in Scripture where Jesus tells us that this is what it's going to be like on Judgment Day. At the end of the world, when we all stand in front of Jesus, he's going to judge us. And Jesus told us this is what's going to happen. He's going to say to us, "Blessed are you, for I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you took care of me. I was in prison, and you came to visit me." And we're going to say, "Well, when did we see you like that, Jesus?" And Jesus says, "When you did it to the least of my brothers and sisters, you did it for me." Well, these people in India are the least. They have literally nothing at all. They're lucky to just be alive. So if you decide to give some money, I want you to know that you're not giving it to me, and you're not even giving it literally to Prakash. You're literally, according to Jesus, you're giving it to Jesus. What you do for the least, you are doing for me. So if you decide to give, this is the address here that you can give it. You can make the check out to Collision Church. You could send it to my address, to Jim Plant at 11624 Boss Street, Cerritos, California, 90703. And I want to just close with a little story. Scripture also tells us that the measure that we use to give is the same measure that God's going to use to give back to us. And there's this story of this person that died and met St. Peter at the gates to heaven. And St. Peter said, "You're welcome to come in." He said, "I'm going to take you to your house where you're going to spend the rest of eternity." So as he was following St. Peter through heaven, they were passing really nice big mansions, nice homes, mediocre homes. And then they finally came to this little rundown hut, shack. And St. Peter took the key and gave it to this person and said, "This will be your home for eternity." And this person was kind of taken back and said, "Wow." He said, "How come I don't get any of those other homes that we passed?" And St. Peter said, "Well, we did the best we could with the money that you sent us." This is true with how God works. He tells us in Scripture, the measure that we use to give is the measure that he's going to give back to us. So if you're capable of helping out, it would be so much appreciated. Just give again to the address that I have here, and God will bless you. You guys have a good day. Thank you.